Are you hating on someone for taking the soft approach to life? Soft life is biblical. People are getting the better version of you. You are supercharging how you feel about yourself. We are the woman of today, not the woman of the 1950s. This is the Ever Airwaves Think podcast, brought to you by Live One Company, where we explore ideas that challenge, comfort, and clarify. I'm Liv, and in every episode, we break down life's complexities with intellect, insight, and a touch of curiosity. All right, we're on air. Hey Queens, it's Livy Liv, and I am back. Yes, hello, season 2. We are here and in the building. I am so glad you guys are tuning back in to my podcast for season 2. And hopefully you caught up on season 1, where we talked about how to stop letting people hurt you, relationships, red flags, dating, why he won't marry you, and that you are on purpose. Yes, Queen, you are on purpose. And speaking of purpose, have you purposely grabbed my new book, The 100 Commandments of a Black Queen? Sold everywhere. Pick up my new book, The 100 Commandments of a Black Queen, because it is snatching wigs. It is going to help you be able to affirm yourself, start your day, reclaim who you are, love your hue, and stand in authority and stand on business. Please get my book. It's available everywhere books are sold. Amazon, Barnes & Noble, Blackwell's, Kindle, liveonecompany.com. Pick it up, give it 5 stars. I know you're going to give it 5 stars because I love it. So I know you're going to love it. Pick up my book. Let me know that you got it and help a sister out with those ratings and reviews because I love you and you're going to love it and love me, right? Well, let's get back into things. For season 2, episode 1, we are talking about that soft life living. And I am going to share with you how soft life is really biblical. So we're going to dive into that. Let's do it. Why are we living a hard life when you know soft life is where it's at? So you think soft life is selfish? No, it's not. Soft life is self-love. And self-love is when you are supercharging how you feel about yourself. The good stuff, of course. That's it. You're actually a better person to be around because sending yourself love makes you a better friend, wife, girlfriend, colleague, partner, spouse. People are getting the better version of you. Yes, there's a better version of you. I mean, it might be indisposed right now, but I'm going to need you to bring that better version up out of you. Because you are meant to have life and have life more abundantly. And abundance comes with that soft life. You don't need to be living no hard life. You don't need to be living no rough life. You need to be living a soft life. And you are promised all those things. But there's some things that you have to do in order to be able to get that soft life that you desire. So let's talk about it. I've been told that loving yourself does not hurt a soul and it doesn't take away from others. Well, let me reverse that. It takes away from others who are selfish and want your undivided attention 24/7, 365 to meet their needs. And I'm not talking about children. I'm referring to adults, selfish ones that won't let you live. Maybe it's your partner that won't give you a break around the house. But we are the woman of today, the new millennium, and not the woman of the 1950s. Because, sir, excuse me, sir, you know what? I love me a good Destiny's Child song, cater to you. But guess what? I can't cater to you until I cater to me first, okay? I need to be taken care of. I need to be in a good position. I need to feel good. It is very strenuous and hard to sit there and do and care and give all your time to other people and they're sucking you dry and you're not having any time for self-care and self-love. I mean, they want all their needs met by you. They want you to do this, be there, do that. And I'm like, wait a minute, hold on, pump your brakes. I'm here to fulfill your needs and help you. But the last time I checked, when I read my Bible, because I read, I don't know about you, I read and I write, but I read, and my God said, I shall supply all your needs according to his riches and glory in Christ Jesus. I'm just saying. So you looking for a human, you looking for me, you looking for her, you looking for whoever to supply all your needs. And that's not what it's supposed to be. God said he will supply it, he will figure it out. And he knows that your spouse, your loved one, your partner needs to be able to have self love for themselves. They need to be able to have some type of peace of mind. They need to be able to be pampered and have a breather. And he gives us those times. He gives us that break. He wants us to love ourselves. And we're going to talk about that because some people, they be working my last nerves, right? And I'm not just talking about my man, my man, my man, because that's my man. I love my man. I'm just talking about people in general. They want all of you and nothing else and nothing less. They want you here, there, everywhere. And you are being drained because you are giving that time to them and you are not prioritizing yourself first. And this is biblical. This is biblical, my dear. And I am going to break it down for you, my Black queen, because you got to know. You got to know because when you know better, you do better. And we're going to do better. Self-care is self-love. And we are putting ourselves first. I mean, I can go down a entire list of women who have lived hard lives and have died or are still living hard lives. And it's very evident that we all know. Like one person that comes to mind is Keisha Cole's mother, Frankie, who died back in 2021 from an overdose on her birthday. She was known for her raw humor and her love for her kids. She loved her kids despite her demons. And remember, like she was real life struggle and love and imperfection, but she died a hard life. She died from living a hard life. And we have to prevent that. We can't go out like that. Think about Miss Wanda. Now, I don't watch Love and Marriage Huntsville, but I do watch a lot of YouTube reviewers. I love to watch reviews. So that's how I know about some of these characters. But she embodies generational trauma and is an overprotective mother. Am I right? I mean, from my understanding, she represents how old wounds and pride can shape family chaos. And so, with that, she's living a hard life because she is still living in this messy persona that plays out on TV, which makes her look bad. And I'm sure makes her miserable also behind cameras. I'm also thinking about Mama D. Okay. I'm in the golden era of the Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. I don't watch it these days, but I know that a lot of clips still play out on social media and Mama D ain't changed. She has not really changed. Like she was a former pimp and drug dealer who turned to reality TV and she became a reality TV mom, but she continues to seek like respect and validation through conflict. And that's not cool. And that's telling me that you live in a hard life. Like she still has this tough exterior, but she's built on pain and this survival instinct. And she doesn't live a soft life. And you can tell through her kids. Look at how little Scrappy acts. Look how he's living, how he mistreats women because his mom lived a hard life and then he has pulled all of that from her and he plays that out in his life. And I'm not discredit the dad because I'm sure he plays a role too. From my understanding, he's a whole pastor. So that says a lot, right? Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. Tokyo Tony. Oh my goodness. Tokyo is a trip. She is something else. She is publicly volatile. Right? Like even her granddaughter, Dream Kardashian, the real Kardashian, shout out to the real Kardashian. Even her granddaughter calls her Tokyo Tony. Like, where's grandma or something? Like, I'm confused. But she is full of erratic behavior and she basically masks all her deep pain and loneliness because she's living a hard life. She masks it through this crazy behavior and from her abandonment, all her resentment and her struggles with control, like trying to control her daughter, Black China. And she's a representation of a hurt mother, but just loves the toxicity of it all. So she can never really heal. It's just like this vicious cycle. And because she has not really fully transformed into a soft life, she's displaying our hard life. And the people around her, I'm sure, are enablers. And then there's Jaguar Wright. You guys know who Jaguar Wright is. She's that neo soul singer that sung with Jay-Z, Rock Nation, amazing, talented, but she's full of trauma and instability after her music career pretty much faded. And she's known for her public meltdowns and erratic live streams, maybe some truth mixed in with a lot of lies with things that she be exposing. And she lives a hard life. Like I've seen some crazy stuff that I don't even really want to repeat, but I know that y'all know, like dealing with ashes, dealing with her children, running out in the street. That woman is crazy. Hard life. And what about Maya Campbell? Like the girl from In the House in the 90s. Remember LL Cool J's show? I used to love that show. She went viral and disturbing videos showing her living on the streets. Now I know her stuff is more of like mental health based. And I'm sure that all of these women that I'm mentioning, it all associates somehow to mental health as well. But there's something about a soft life that's missing. It's all about the hard life that they are living and that they are taking in and that they're living through pain. And all of these things are coming out. It's very visible. Tommy Lee, the girl from Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, like she grew up in chaos, multiple arrests, alcohol issues, and emotional volatility. That's her. That's her. I mean, one day I remember being on Instagram and seeing like 30 mugshots, like 30 of them. And she be looking different in all of them. I'm like, okay, cute and all. It's real cute because she be serving face in some of her mugshots, but it's not cute. It's all from a hard life. And she often tries to heal, but she falls right back into chaos because of a hard life and being around those also embody hard life. She needs people who are soft around her, who are going to speak life into her and not all of this fighting and this pain and who are enabling those things. Jocelyn Hernandez. Oh my goodness, the Puerto Rican princess, what she calls herself. That is an exploited woman of public ridicule. Her and her Stevie J. I feel like she's evolving slowly and she's trying to shift her image to somewhat degree because she's a mom. Like it seems like she raises her Bonnie Bella, her daughter, really well. But that cocaina that she be on, child, that's a hard life. Sorry, when you are hard drugs, you are living a hard life because there's an addiction there and that addiction is your demon. So I really hope she evolved. It sounds like she's getting ready to share her story soon. I'm not sure, but she's basically the price of turning trauma into entertainment and she's living a hard life. I don't care how much she try to flex and act like she's better and showing this soft life until we see a full 180. I said 180. Yeah, I think it's 180. Is it 180? Yeah, full complete turnaround, not a 360 because that's like a half turn. I'm talking about a full 180. That's what we need from Miss Puerto Rican Princess. And then let's talk about Carlissa. Carlissa, Blueface's mom, Blueface, who was locked up in relation to, what's her name? Krishan Rock. Oh my gosh. That family is full of dysfunction. And they always, was going viral and all that. But Carlissa, being the mother of that family, she is a reflection of deep rooted hurt and confusion. That's what she is because it's a hard life. She's lived a hard life. She does not know what a soft life is. And if she does, it's pretend because it's not in her. When something's in you, it's going to come out of you. What's in you right now or what's in her is toxicity. And that's what comes out. And so until there's a full internal change of soft life living, and we're going to get into that, of what soft life living is and what the Bible says soft life living is, then once that gets in you, that's going to come out. And what about my neck, my back? Kaya. Okay, she rose to fame with that one song, right? And then she's basically struggling for respect afterward. And she's built a reputation on controversy and bitterness towards the industry. And she represents how the industry uses and discards women, because that's what they do. And they also pit women against each other. Think about the beef right now that's going on with all the female rappers, Cardi B, Nicki Minaj. Is Meg Thee Stallion in that discussion right now? I mean, all of them. Think about it. Bia, Ice Spice, whatever. But all of that representation is hard life. Nothing is soft about this. Nothing whatsoever. And if you want to live a life of abundance, and if you want to live a life of prosperity, and if you want to live a life of without all this toil, because life is not meant to have all this toil, then you need to think about adapting a soft life, because that's where it's at. I mean, think about Whitney Houston. You would think that she would have the soft life. I mean, she has one of the greatest or had one of the greatest voices ever, and basically destroyed by addiction, pressure, and heartbreak. Eventually, it came out that it was her brother who got her on drugs. They used to try to accuse Bobby Brown. But anyway, despite all of that, Whitney died in 2012 from accidental drowning linked to drugs. Basically, a symbol of tragic brilliance, unmatched talent, and unbearable pain. And all of this brought everyone down because we could see that she was living a hard life. You saw how small she was getting, so you knew it was the drugs. You knew it was the drugs. So what are we doing? What are we doing here, women? And then to follow that, her daughter died a little bit after her. I want to say 2 or 3 years later, because it's a cycle. It's a vicious cycle. It's like identical circumstances to her mother. I say all this because we need to stop living these hard lives. We are women. We are in a class of all our own. We are to be respected. We are to embrace soft life. There's nothing wrong with having a soft life. And it's part of your healing. When you start getting into your soft life era, there's this aura of just healing that's taking place because you're unbothered. I want to share a story about one of my friends. Let's get into it. We'll call her Terica and her husband, Marcus. Terica was living a hard life, not a soft life, but a hard life. I'm sure many can relate, including myself. She was living a hard life at the price of saving, which is only cool for so long. Not too long though. Anyway, Terica used to work for a major data research company. She juggled a very demanding role as a data scientist, and she also was a huge contributor of her family's income, covering much of the household expenses. At home, she balanced just work with raising 3 young kids. They were ages 2, 5, and 7 at the time, alongside her husband, Marcus, who was an IT consultant. Now, Marcus, he had hired a lawn care service to free up his time. So he never had to go outside in their big front yard or backyard to do any physical labor out there ever. But he firmly opposed hiring a cleaning service for the inside of their house. So that kind of left Terica up to her to kind of handle all of the household cleaning. Of course, Marcus pitched in here and there. The reason he opposed the house cleaning service is because it was $600 and convinced Terica, like, hey, we can just use this money for investments. This $600 will grow our investments. And their investment portfolio, it did grow, but Terica was burdened with cooking, cleaning, and managing the household. And so every day when she came home from work, she was exhausted, kind of diving straight into her second shift, like preparing the meals, cleaning up, and helping with the kids. Sounds all too familiar, right? My good friend Terica was completely exhausted. She saw the financial value of her and her husband's growing investments, but her sleepless nights, career, housewife, and mom duties always came at the cost of her well-being. And I hated that for her. She used to love doing a 2-mile run or go to the gym in the evenings before having her kids and watch her favorite housewife shows and just kind of have an opportunity to decompress throughout the week. But she no longer had the time because her energy was spent solely on others. Terica and Marcus's investments were thriving, but at her expense. She did express her frustration, but Marcus brushed her off. He was like, you're so good at multitasking. You're a great mom. You work hard. You know how to get things done, yada, yada, yada. And we're thriving as a family because of you. But the truth is, Terica wasn't thriving. She was barely surviving. And that's some of you right now. You're barely surviving. The demands on your life from your career, motherhood, wifey, friend, caregiver, and so much more are tearing you down. This is what we call hard life. Nothing soft about this right here. At the end of the day, my friend Terica was not living a soft life. She was living a hard life. And her story is a harsh reminder that thriving isn't just about financial growth. It's about personal growth and self-preservation. While her husband saw the cleaning money as an expense they could redirect into wealth building, he missed the point. Wealth means nothing if the person building it is neglected. So self-love isn't selfish. It's necessary, and it's the essence at its core of living a soft life. Soft life is not a scary word and should not be frowned upon, and it doesn't mean you're lazy. There are a lot of women out there hating on other women, calling them lazy because they're now embracing their soft girl era. That means they are not going to drive themselves in a rut by not taking care of themselves. Are you hating on someone for taking the soft approach to life? Please stop if you are. If my friend Terica had set boundaries and prioritized hiring that cleaning service, she would have had time to recharge and show up fully for herself and her family. But instead, for a long time, she sacrificed her well being for a marriage, a partnership that was financially profitable, but left her emotionally and physically drained. What's the lesson in all of this? If you're bending over backward to keep everything together while someone else sits comfortably, that's not love. It's self neglect, which again equates to hard life. Don't let your well being be the hidden cost of someone else's freedom. You are worthy of ease and you deserve a life that reflects that. I really love my friend Terica, and on her birthday a few years back, I gifted her home cleaning service. She fell in love with the service. Her husband Marcus did too. And from that day on, it took them having and experiencing the service to truly see the benefits of having it, and they stuck with it. Even after they moved to the Midwest, they found a new home cleaning service provider. And home cleaning service is no longer a desire or a nice to have for them. It is a necessity for their well-being. Giving Terica that gift, it really allowed my friend to enter her soft life era. She has way more time on the weekends. She's back to running and working out during the week. And the best part is her kids and husband get the better version of her. So unlike some of the women I mentioned earlier who lived or live hard lives, diabolical hard lives, and never really escaped or fully turned things around for the better, there are a few women that have turned their hard lives around. I really do think they embraced soft life living and took a stance on no more BS. They understand that nobody was applauding their exhaustion, that their struggles would never be romanticized, and that their struggle is not a personality trait. And if they weren't resting, then they were regressing. I can think of Viola Davis. Child, have y'all read her book? My God, like get that on Audible stat. And she narrates it herself. I know that's right because can't nobody tell your story like you can. She shares about her life of poverty and racism and eventually advocating for her own self-worth and representation and the industry. And then she became an EGOT winner. Yes, this beautiful Black benevolent queen has an Emmy, Grammy, Oscar, and a Tony. Viola is living a soft life, baby, and enjoying every bit of it these days. So we need to get with it. I also think about Tina Turner. Yes, the Tina Turner. Love me some her. I hate that she's gone now, but Mr. I will find your Ike Turner, her ex-husband of hers that gave her a hard life with abuse and financially like ruining her back then. She finally took a stance. Miss Tina Turner became Nuck If You Buck. Shout out to the actress Angela Bassett, who did the whole character of Tina Turner justice in that movie, because Angela Bassett had us thinking she was Tina Turner for real, but I digress. Anyway, Tina Turner had enough. All that queen wanted was her name, and she bounced. She left everything else behind, and eventually she remarried to a good white man. A good white man. Make sure you listen to one of my episodes in season 1 about dating the white man. But Erwin Bach was Tina Turner's second husband, that rich German record exec. And she hopped and skipped herself right on over to Switzerland to live out the rest of her soft life days with him. So shout out to Tina Turner because she was simply the best. Okay, pun intended for that. And I also can think of Serena Williams, Mary J. Blige, J. Hud. They all fought through hard lives and did a hard turn to arrive to their soft lives. And I'm just saying, my fellow queens, what are you doing? Soft life season is in the building. No. Actually, soft life era has arrived and we need to be living in our soft life. You guys are condemning and criticizing these girlies that are out here living soft lives, but you are missing out. You are missing out, sis. You need to step into your soft life. We are women. And we are women of the new millennium, and we need to step into that era of living our lives blissfully soft and not hard lives of struggle and trying to figure it out. And please help me, I'm dying. Absolutely not. We are exiting stage left on these hard lives today. And you know I got to jump in here and do my non-shameless plug because I am not ashamed, okay? Pick up my new book, The 100 Commandments of a Black Queen. Yes, go cop my book today. It is out there. It's on Amazon, Barnes& Noble, Blackwell's, all types of Black-owned bookstores. Get it, cop it, buy it, rate it. Please rate my book. Please rate and review. A lot of people have bought the book. You love it, and you have not gone out to rate it. Please rate, review, help me out, please, so I can continue to get it further out. But yes, the book is changing lives. It gives you audacious purpose. It helps you to stand in your Black queenness because you are a Black queen, a whole Black queen, and you will deliver and you will win and you will achieve and you will accomplish. And this book is going to empower you to do just that. So pick up The 100 Commandments of a Black Queen by Livy Live today, and then holla at me. Let me know that you got it. I need to know that you got the book, that you love the book, and that it's changing your life. Thank you. I want to shift gears a little and elevate you and your way of life, the soft life. Would you be surprised to know that soft life is biblical? The 9 fruits of the Spirit are what I believe to be the blueprint for living a soft life. Society only gave it a new term, but the 9 fruits of the Spirit is what a soft life is. This will shift the way you see your life. Allow me to break it down for you. The 9 fruits of the Spirit are love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. Let's start with love because love is where it all starts and love conquers all. The soft life demands that you love yourself as much as you love others. That means setting boundaries, saying no when you need to, and choosing relationships that nurture, not drain, because you can't pour from an empty cup. Visualize this. Love is the quiet hum of appreciation when you finally take that solo vacation, guilt-free. And I know I love me a good solo vacation. I know you do too. And if you haven't had one, you have to. It's time to enter the soft life. Joy. Joy is about finding contentment in the small things. Sipping your coffee while the world wakes up. That's joy. I know I get joy when I'm sipping coffee. And like smiling at the blue sky because it's blue today. That's joy. A soft life isn't flashy. It's about those little moments that make your soul exhale. Don't let anyone steal your joy. Peace. Peace is the bedrock of the soft life. It's creating calm, whether it's a drama-free friend circle or saying no to overtime because you'd rather have a quiet evening with your favorite book. Peace is priceless. That's why people get citations for disturbing the peace. Don't let anyone take your peace. Keep your peace. Be peaceful. The next one is patience, and it's probably my favorite one because it hits home the most. Soft living rejects the hustle. Patience reminds you it's okay to slow down. You don't have to hit every milestone right now, even though we want to. I want to get so many things done right now. I wanted to do it yesterday, actually, and maybe a few months ago, but you have to take your time. A soft life means living in sync with your own rhythm, not the world's stopwatch. So if you have that patience, you'll end up finding out that you're kind of right on time, like because you're in rhythm with your own clock. So I hope that helps. Kindness. We need so much more of this in the world, but kindness starts with you. Speak gently to yourself. Even when you mess up, it's also about treating others with compassion because softness isn't just about luxury, it's about warmth. Be nice to yourself. Goodness. Goodness aligns with intentional living. It's about choosing what's right, even when it's hard. We have a lot of hard decisions to make every day, and you can choose good or you can choose bad. Choose good. A soft life isn't built on shortcuts. It's built on decisions that feel good long term. From the food you eat to the company you keep, make it good. Choose goodness. Be good, okay? Faithfulness is consistency. Staying committed to your self-care, your goals, and the people who pour into you. It's that steady energy that keeps your soft life thriving. Be faithful to yourself. Love bomb on yourself. Set a schedule for relaxation, for mental health, for going out, getting your nails done, your hair done, your pedicure. I have friends who do that all the time and they seem so happy. They have a set schedule. Every Wednesday at this time, I'm going to get my nails done, or I'm going to have a nice cappuccino or whatever at Starbucks. They have a consistent schedule where it's their time to themselves, but it's that soft girl era. It's that soft life moment for them, and they're faithful and they're committed to it. And every Wednesday or whatever day of the week, I know exactly where they are at that time because they're committed to self-care and self-love. Gentleness. The world tells us to be tough, but gentleness, that's a superpower. It's how you approach challenges with grace and handle relationships with care. Gentleness doesn't mean weakness. It's quiet strength. And it feels like these days it requires a lot more for femininity to stand out, for us to be able to have and be gentle, because we're in such a rough, mean world where we have to stand up to people, where we have to kind of have our own back or a backbone, where we have to have this stance of no tolerance for mess and just drama. Within all of that, find ways to be gentle. Find femininity within you to be able to add your special touch to check people, but check them with gentleness instead of that roughness and negative connotation of manliness and having this male type of testosterone. Although we women do have testosterone to a certain degree, it does serve a different purpose. It's converted and used differently in our bodies. We shouldn't be using that testosterone to be a bully, to be mean and manly, right? We need to allow it to convert, how it converts into a feminine hormone, and you can look it up. And so that's what we need to use the testosterone for. Use it for the right purpose and not the wrong purpose. We want to be gentle and not rough. And there you have it, right out of the book of Galatians. A life rooted in the fruits of the Spirit is the ultimate soft life. It's about living with intention, embracing grace, and holding space for your own peace and joy. So ask yourself, are you prioritizing these fruits in your life? Are you living a soft life? I'll wait. See, I told you soft life is 100% biblical. Don't ever doubt me. Don't doubt your girl. Liv is in the building and she knows her stuff. I sit there, I read, I analyze, I assess, I look at the Bible, I compare, and I knew that soft life had to be biblical. God doesn't want us living a harsh life. God doesn't want it hard for us. He doesn't want us to have to toil. He wants us to live a comfortable life and to have and live life abundantly. Am I right? Or am I right? Yes. Enjoy your soft life, my Black queens. Thanks for listening to the Ever Airwaves Think podcast. If today's episode made you elevate, share it with someone who needs it. Until next time, keep questioning until you have those answers. I'm out.